Welcome to our deep dive into the critical trap of 5% cashback rewards. In this video, we will unpack how rotating bonus categories work, why your selection becomes locked, and how to plan to avoid losing valuable rewards. We will also walk through practical strategies, examples, and quizzes to make sure the ideas stick. Now, let's set expectations and start with a quick disclaimer before we dive into the mechanics. This video is for educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Card programs differ by issuer and region, and terms can change. Always confirm details within your account or by contacting your issuer. With that clarified, let's move on to the agenda so you know what's coming up. Here's our roadmap. First, we'll define rotating 5% categories. Then we'll explain how the lock-in works. We'll highlight the common costly mistake to avoid, present a planning checklist to maximize rewards, and compare planner versus impulsive behaviors. We'll also include quizzes to test your understanding, and finish with key takeaways and a concise summary. With the plan in place, let's define what rotating 5% categories actually are. Rotating 5% categories are bonus categories that card issuers set on a monthly or quarterly basis. Examples commonly include groceries, gas, dining, travel, or online shopping. During the active period, eligible purchases in the selected category earn 5% cash back up to a cap, while other categories earn the base rate. With that foundation, let's break down exactly how the selection and lock-in process works. Here's the process. First, you must choose a bonus category before the cycle begins. Once you confirm your selection, it is immediately locked for the full period, often a month or a quarter. Purchases in the chosen category earn up to 5%. Often subject to a spending cap. Everything else earns the base rate. When the next cycle starts, you'll get a new selection opportunity, usually with a new set of categories. The practical tip is to review expected expenses ahead of time and align your choice with where you will spend the most. Now that you see the flow, let's visualize the selection to savings journey with a diagram. This flowchart illustrates the end-to-end path of rewards. The user first reviews expected expenses, then selects a bonus category. Immediately after selection, the system locks that choice for the entire period. From there, spending branches in two directions. Purchases made in the selected bonus category earn 5% up to any cap, while purchases outside the selected category earn only the base rate. When the period ends, a new selection window opens. A key warning note emphasizes that once confirmed, the selection cannot be changed during the period. With the mechanics clear, let's talk about the most critical trap to avoid. The critical insight is that once a category is confirmed, it cannot be undone for that cycle, even if you never use the card. Choosing incorrectly can reduce your rewards substantially, especially if your actual spending concentrates elsewhere. This design benefits careful planners while penalizing impulsive decisions. Therefore, always verify your expected spending before you confirm your selection. To see how this plays out in dollars and cents, let's examine a quick scenario table. This table shows the difference between choosing correctly and misselecting. If your expected spend is $900 in groceries, a correct grocery selection yields $45 at 5%. If you chose the wrong category and only earn 1%, you would receive $9 instead. Similarly, $350 in gas would yield $17.50 at 5%, or $3.50 at 1% if misselected. For $1,200 in travel, the difference is $60 versus $12. For $600 of online shopping, the difference is $30 versus $6. The magnitude of the gap demonstrates why pre-planning is essential. Next, let's compare a planner versus an impulsive selector side by side. On the left, a planner reviews upcoming bills and travel, confirms the category that aligns with the largest expected spend, sets reminders for the selection window, tracks cap usage, and adjusts the next cycle based on actual results. On the right, an impulsive selector picks randomly, neglects to verify upcoming expenses, sometimes misses the selection window, overspends in non-bonus areas, and ultimately loses potential rewards. Understanding these contrasting behaviors helps reinforce why planning consistently wins. Now let's turn these ideas into a simple, repeatable checklist. Follow this repeatable checklist. First, check your calendar for large expenses this cycle. Second, estimate spending by category using the last 1 to 3 months of statements. Third, pick the category with the highest realistic spend. 4th, set a reminder before the selection deadline. 5th, confirm the category in your app or portal and save a screenshot as proof. 6th, track spending progress and any cap usage weekly. Finally, at the end of the month or quarter, reflect on actual results and adjust your choice for the next cycle. With the process in place, let's test your understanding with a quick quiz. Question: once you select a 5% bonus category, when can you change it? Options are 1. Immediately after confirming, 2. After you make your first purchase, 3. At the start of the next billing cycle, and 4. Only if customer support resets it. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is at the start of the next billing cycle. Once confirmed, your selection remains locked for the current period. You will be able to choose again when the next cycle begins. Now that you've got that, let's visualize how aligning your budget can maximize rewards. This pie chart shows a sample monthly budget allocation with groceries at 40%, travel at 20%, gas at 15%, dining and online each at 10%, and other at 5%. The strategic takeaway is to select the largest slice for the 5% category to maximize rewards. If groceries are your largest category this cycle, making it your bonus selection magnifies your savings. Next, let's clarify the timing rules and lock-in behavior so there are no surprises. Selections typically must be made before the next cycle begins. If you miss the deadline, you may default to no bonus or a prior selection depending on the issuer's rules. Once confirmed, your choice is locked for the entire period, regardless of whether you make any purchases. This emphasizes why reminders and pre-planning are crucial. Now let's talk about how to recover if you picked poorly this cycle. To recover from a poor selection, shift flexible purchases into the chosen category when practical. Delay non-urgent spending if it will not earn 5%. Consider using a different card that better matches your current spending pattern. Set calendar alerts for the next selection window, review actual spending, and improve your estimates. If your issuer allows early enrollment for the next period, take advantage of it. To reinforce this, let's move to a second quick quiz. Question: what is the single best way to avoid losing out on 5% rewards? The options are: choose a category at random, wait until mid-cycle to decide, pre-plan by estimating your largest spending category before confirming, or call support to ask for a mid-cycle change. You may pause the video now to consider your answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is to pre-plan by estimating your largest spending category before confirming. Planning consistently outperforms guessing and reduces the risk of locking into a suboptimal category. With that principle nailed down, let's map out a typical quarter to show how these decisions line up over time. This timeline outlines a quarterly rhythm. In the week before the quarter starts, forecast spending and set reminders. In week 0, the selection window opens and you choose your category. Over weeks 1 through 12, you track spending and cap usage. In week 12, you reflect on results and update estimates. In week 13, a new selection window begins and the process repeats. With the cadence clear, let's consolidate the most important takeaways. These are the key takeaways. First, selections lock immediately for the full period, even if you never use the card. Second, plan before you pick by estimating where you will spend the most. Third, use reminders so you do not miss the selection window. Fourth, track cap usage to prioritize purchases. Fifth, adjust your next cycle based on actual results. To wrap up, let's summarize the message in a compact form. In summary, rotating 5% categories can be very rewarding when you plan ahead. A wrong selection can cost you real money, and once confirmed, the choice is set for the period. Use a simple checklist to forecast, choose, set reminders, track, and reflect. If you make a mistake this cycle, recover and optimize the next. Finally, let's close with a quick thank you and a call to action. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, please like the video, share it with someone who needs to plan their rewards, and subscribe for more practical finance content. Tell us in the comments which category you plan to choose next cycle and why. We appreciate your support and look forward to helping you earn more from your spending.